Hey y'all, and welcome back. We are here to do another how-to video with Jimmy, and we're going to be talking about these awesome doors that we see right here and all around the track, actually. And he's going to show us how we make them. So, we are going to cut to Jimmy, and he's going to give us an in-depth tutorial on the process. Take it away, Jimmy.
Right, very good. Before we do the doors, I wanted to show you how I did those posters on the inside of the doors. This is a Corvette poster that I'm going to add inside of one of my buildings. And what I did is I got a catalog that displayed books, and the cover of the books sometimes are suitable for framing. So I cut these out and I frame them in a piece of poster board, or not poster board, but little harder stock, cardstock, and I glue them inside. These guys are set to be used in the future. But that's what you see inside there, is these pictures. But using the same idea, I went about collecting signs and making signs on my own and reducing them to 1/32 scale. And this is where I cut them out from, use them for restrooms, high voltage signs, and things you see around the track. Even the tunnel entrance signs I made. And then as you can see here, I cut them out, and that's what you see inside near every tunnel entrance. In this case, I used the him and her lavatory symbols here, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to dress up these doors and put them into the building. If you come around here, Ryan, I think you're going to be able to see better of what I had in mind. What I did with this cardstock is I wanted to make the kick plates that are used on bathroom doors. And that's what these are right here. And I cut them out of this. I took cardstock, which was just junky cardstock that I had printed out, painted it black, as I always do, and then feathered it lightly with silver and gave it that metallic, beat-up look. Then I cut it out, and with a Sharpie, I add the screws. And what we're going to do today is I put a piece of tape down right here, and on that tape, we are going to add glue. So it'll be ready to go right there at my beck and call. I'm going to get a toothpick that I can use and tweezers right here. And these doors, as I showed you in the other video, were cut out and glued to cardstock. This is old scrapbook pages. My wife threw away an old scrapbook and had cardstock pages, and that's what I used. So before I cut them out to fit there, I detailed them. So to begin with, I'm going to add one of these here. I'm going to give it a little bit of glue along the back of it. Like this. Now it'd be a big no-no to have the glue come out. And we are going to do a men's door here. So I'm going to lay this down right there like that at the bottom of the door. And that's done. Then I'm going to take a grill, which I cut out of here. This came out of here. See these grills I made? And I'm going to pick that up, wipe it across the glue a little bit because it's a big piece. Spread that glue around. And I'm going to, being careful that I do it horizontally, I'm going to add the grill right to the center, a little bit of door showing underneath it. Since this is a bathroom door, it has to be ventilated. So that gives you the effect. And then I'm going to measure up and determine where the sign is on this guy, and that's up 1 3/4. I'm going to go up 1 3/4, put a dot there. And we'll take, since this is the men's side, I'm going to, and note the difference, the hinge is on the opposite side, because they got his and hers, so the hinges have to be on the opposite side. That's why I labeled this man and that woman. So I'm going to take his decal here. It's just really paper. And I'm going to place him right in the middle, right where I needed it. So there's the men's door, guys. Now, we also need hinges. So the hinges are always 8 inches off the top and 8 inches off the bottom. 8 inches is 1/4 inch. So I pre-measure 1/4 inch down, and the hinges are 4 inches tall, which is 1/8 of an inch. So we go 1/4 inch down, 1/8 over. 1/4 inch up, 1/8 over. Find the middle, and you do a 1/8 inch hinge. So all I'm going to do is give you the impression that there's a hinge there. Nobody notices that. They just notice that the door looks realistic. You know what I mean? So there's the hinges. And then I'm going to take and measure up from the bottom of the door handle, the push handle, to the bottom of the door, and it's 1 1/8 inches. I'm going to come up this side. The hinge is on this side, so the handle's going to be on this side. I come up 1 1/8 inches. I leave a dot. Now, what I did is I had some sticky back foam that you get at Ace Hardware. I cut it into strips, and I painted some of them silver, and that's what I use for door handles. So I'm going to pick this guy up here carefully and set him in there at the men's room. How close did I come? Right there, like that. I have a little bit of a doohickey sticking to it. But you'll look past that, I hope. Okay, so there's the handle. So here's a Goodwood sign. I meant to show this to you. I had found the events racing sign for Goodwood, and I cut the Goodwood out, and I use them around the track. I thought they looked particularly good. I plan on using this right here, underneath the bathroom door. So we can glue that on there too. But for now, we're going to get this bathroom going. So what I need to do now is cut this out. The only cut that's critical is the bottom. Now it's got to be tall enough for the guy to get through. You got to make sure that things you put on there are at eye level for a character. And I've already cut the bottom. Again, like I said, it was critical. And I'm gonna, apparently I've already cut the sides. So we're ready to mount this guy in. Let me get the woman's bathroom done. That's this guy right here. So I'm going to take my straight edge, and I'm going to cut alongside this. And we may have to make some adjustments, Ryan, but all in all. Okay, so he's ready to go. Now, because there's glue at the bottom, sometimes the corners don't always go in right. So I'm going to nip those corners off just to make sure that they fit a little bit better. And in the case of doors, sometimes light from behind shows through, and I have to put a piece of tape across the back. But in this case, why don't you come around that way, Gus, and I'll meet you over there. I'm gonna lift the roof off this building and set it aside. And we are going to put, the men's side is always on the left, so let's see how that goes in. I'm going to take this off temporarily, and we need to line it up like that, right there. And that's what it's going to look like right inside there. I'm going to, bear with me, I got to get a piece of tape. I got it ready, but I left it on the other side. As far as the camera goes, with lights on, is that better or worse? I don't know. And that's where that guy's going to go.
Better.
All right. When I want the tape to stick, it doesn't, and now it's sticking too hard on me. So we're going to add a little glue around the perimeter, and I don't have to bore you with that. I just want to show you what the finished product is going to look like, guys. We got that centered. Didn't get a piece of tape ready. That's still centered. Centered enough for now. Okay, do that. There we go. Now, with a little bit of, I'm gonna reach past you, a little bit of glue there. We're gonna put up our poster. Make sure it's straight. You know, every detail I add to it adds to the reality. There we go. Now, when we get to the point, probably phase 3 for this project, when we get to the point where we're weathering it with chalk, we are going to add dirt around this, and when rain hits it, it has a little runoff, so we're going to add that underneath the signs. That's why the signs have to be in there ahead of time. Now, the problem that I have is I always shoot dull coat over everything when I'm done, but we can't shoot dull coat on this glass, and we can't shoot dull coat on this paper, so we have to make a little cardstock cover for each of these. But we'll do that another time.
So you can see that adding those doors just gives the models a touch of realism. Thank you to Jimmy for showing us how he makes these really awesome features on his track. We'll be back soon with a lot more really, really cool videos. If you like this, be sure to like and subscribe. Until next time, signing off.